Welcome to the Bookers Alliance podcast, where we hold the pencil and the pencil is power. Coming at you right now is your host, Marky Mark, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Donaldson. Join us as we discuss the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. So hang on tight, you jabronis, and enjoy the ride. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining today's episode of the Bookers Alliance podcast. Come on inside the house, bring yourself up a ringside seat, get your soda, your popcorn, your whiskey, get everything you need because we got a sticky booking situation we need to talk about today.
Well, so you need to talk about it, right? I'm so damn confused right now. I've resolved myself. I'm just listen this week and learn like the rest of y'all. So I got my popcorn. I damn sure got my whiskey. I can get a soda if I need, but I'd kind of drink the carbonated water now. So I'm gonna move into the carbonated water phase of my life here. But yeah, you got to teach me today because I mean, there was so much that happened last weekend. Every time I turned around, there was some damn wrestling on my TV screen. On my phone, on my laptop. So, hell, I got so confused. I got so lost. Catch me up here. Catch me up.
Yeah, so we're titling today's episode Shotgun Booking. But before we get to that episode, we got to thank our sponsor. We got Bro Brothers Bourbon Whiskey. Again, second timer.
Oh, yeah.
Second timer. Been through before.
Second time around.
Looks like it's 62 proof. Oof.
Yeah, it's got a nice little taste to it here.
So, let's cheers to the Bro Brothers.
All right.
Ooh.
Yep. Nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth. All right. So first things first, though, before we get to shotgun booking, we got to talk about a PLE that's coming up. We got to talk about Money in the Bank.
Hold on, PLE coming up. We just finished the weekend of PLE. This was all weekend pay-per-view weekend here. What the hell?
So our title, Shotgun Booking.
Holy hell! What are we? I'm so confused.
Yeah, this is almost too much. It's a little bit ridiculous, the situation that the WWE is in. Look, AEW got 4 pay-per-views a year, right? Who?
Oh, who? Sorry, I was confused there too. I didn't know they were still operational. Okay, to fill me in.
Yeah, they got 4 pay-per-views a year. They've ran into this before, booking All In and All Out like 2 weeks apart.
Okay, yeah.
So WWE has just said, "Hey, we'll see your 2-week booking. We'll do our own, and we'll do it shittier."
Yeah, why not? Just pack it all in. Just throw as much at you as you can as all you get in. Pack it all in.
So yeah, we got to talk about Money in the Bank though. Let's talk about it real quick. You got a lot of people qualifying for Money in the Bank. They're having these triple threat matches every week, it seems, on Raw and SmackDown, qualifying for it. Not going to shit on Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is always a good pay-per-view. It's always one that kind of, the match itself is kind of a barn burner anyway. It's a ladder match. You got, multiple people in there. You're vying for a contract that guarantees, a shot of your choosing of your belt, apparently. It used to be just the championship.
Yeah. Now it's all over the place. You can use it for whatever you want.
You can go down to Evolve and challenge for their belt if you want.
Why not? Apparently, they're going to have a new belt here coming up at the pay-per-view, so why not?
So I'm not going to shit on the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view's usually pretty good. But I will say, some of the people that have made it in so far, I don't know. I don't know if I quite understand what they're doing.
Yeah, well, it's time to elevate some new stars, right?
Unless they're getting ready to elevate LA Knight.
You got me, I know. So there's other people to be elevated.
Frank said, no.
Yeah. No.
Seth Rollins, because he's in it.
Right, gotta elevate him.
No, he's been elevated.
Yeah, but he can't win the title without Money in the Bank.
The only elevating he's going to get here, Becky, but
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's riding the wave of a tsunami right now. So he is elevated by that.
Talk about weird booking.
Hey, get some on TV, right? What was since big Bronson Reed, because he's big again.
He's big again.
I love it.
He gained some weight on his out.
Since he got to the main roster, we've been clamoring for a way to get that man some TV time. And they packaged him in with the Bloodline, and we said, oh, hell, this is going to get him some great TV time. Then he fooled around and got injured. So now we package him in with the Seth line, I guess we call it. So okay, whatever gets that man on TV.
Wouldn't it make more sense if it happened this way? Big Bronson Reed was in the ladder match for Money in the Bank.
No. Do you want to watch Big Bronson Reed climb a ladder?
Wait. Big Bronson Reed wins the briefcase.
So then he has to climb the ladder.
Wait.
Neither one of these two things are. Are we doing crystal ball booking again? Are we doing? Or we calling this BS booking?
I got something to say about that too. Hold on.
Okay, is this BS booking?
No,
Big
I'm just saying.
See, when you're that big, you ain't climbing no ladder. You see what happened when he climbed the cage?
Yeah,
he climbed the cage and he was out for 6 months. We ain't doing that no more, right? I think they realized.
I'm just saying storyline purposes.
Yeah.
Big Bronson Reed climbs the ladder, wins the briefcase.
So right there, when you said Big Bronson Reed climbs the ladder, you lost me right there.
Cashes in, but instead he goes and attacks. He cashes in, but instead of him cashing it in, he hands the briefcase to Seth and lets Seth cash it in.
So here's the reality of that, right? Big Bronson Reed goes to climb the ladder. Big Bronson Reed misses a rung, twists his ankle, out for 2 years. No, we're not doing that, right? We tried him with climbing metal stuff. It ain't work out. Ain't no more climbing metal stuff for him.
They can have reinforced ladders. Come on now.
Ain't no more climbing stuff for him. We learned our lesson. That man climbed the cage, jumped off of it, broke his foot, gone for 7-8 months. No more climbing for him.
We also got Penta that is in the Money in the Bank match. Mm-hmm. What we think about that?
I mean, hey, through the years, we've had some great athletes in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and we've got some of the most memorable spots of all time in it. I think that's what Penta's there for, right? Like, he ain't winning the match. We know he ain't going to be carrying no briefcase around. He can't do his pimp walk with his briefcase right now. Now, if they had a pimp cane hanging up there, then maybe, that would look pretty smooth. If he did his little step with the cane in there, that would be smooth. But with a briefcase, I mean, that don't really work. But he can probably hurl himself off that ladder in ways that we've never seen before, and we need that spot.
Every time I see Penta do that walk, all I hear in my head is dun, dun, dun.
There you go. So again, I just see him. He's doing a little.
I'm waiting for Snoop to come out.
He's just doing his little pimp walk there. Get him a little sea walk and go in there if he moved a little faster.
So I mean, there's all. Look, the booking that's happening around Money in the Bank, it almost feels like the booking is just happening to get the match over with. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Has to happen. But I think the reason you feel that way is because it's sandwiched in between two Saturday night's main events that are getting more viewers than Money in the Bank. So they're taking the luster off Money in the Bank because they're trying to shine up Saturday night's main event. You had one last week.
I thought you said they were trying to shine up a turd.
No, they had one last week. We got in there.
No, that was not a Saturday night.
That was it. It happened on Saturday night.
So that was not a Saturday night's main event. That was 20 minutes of wrestling wrapped around an hour and 40 minutes of commercials.
Did you see Cody and John Cena in the same ring?
As long as
that's your main event. That's all you came there for.
A commercial on the TV.
That's all you came there for, was to see that moment. All the rest of it was commercial field. Hey, they got to pay the sponsors, right? We start our show every week with a damn commercial.
And then Ron Cena had his match.
That was awesome. We got to talk about it. That was funny. That was funny.
That was funny. He hit the 5 moves of doom.
I mean, he hit them all in sequence too. I thought he was going to get the W.
Come out with the shirt that says Ron Cena.
Yeah.
Last time ever. Last time is now.
Yeah. I mean, truth is original as hell. If somebody's writing for Truth, they should get an Emmy. If Truth is writing for himself, he should have a job till death. They should never let him leave. He should create for whomever and whatever comes along the line going forward. Because, damn, that was freaking hilarious.
Absolutely. Your women's side of the Money in the Bank.
Wait, they're having a Money in the Bank?
They're having a Money in the Bank.
Hell. Let me guess. Rhea's in it. The rest doesn't even matter.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's what it feels
like. Even though I would like to see Alexa win it, but
that would be nice. I've seen her win one before.
According to Tiffy, though, she's a nostalgia act at this point.
Yeah, she's vintage.
She's vintage.
Like an old classic car. And I said, damn, I'd like to take a ride. But never mind.
Ooh, hello.
Never mind.
Sponsor today's Blue Chew.
Absolutely. Don't need it. Would take it.
They ain't been a sponsor for a while.
No, but I
need to
mean,
get the
if
show
we're
to
talking
some love.
about Alexa Bliss, wouldn't need it. Would take it for her pleasure.
So yeah, she calls Charlotte and Alexa, both of them, vintage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's.
I like the edgier Tiffy though. I mean, she's
So-
supposed to be a heel, right? So I when her and Charlotte had their interaction.
Yeah.
I saw Charlotte came back like 2 days later on social media and said, "Oh, I let that one slide." And I'm like, "Damn, it took you 2 days to think of that." Never mind. Stop coming back. All I want to tell Charlotte is, look, when Tiffany comes for you, don't answer the phone. Don't open the door. Close. Just let it happen. Don't try and come back 2-3 days later. That's worse than when you come back and say, some dudes in your DMs that we know ain't in them DMs. It's not working. Just let it fly. Let that girl cook.
Yeah, the edgier Tiffany Stratton is definitely good.
Love it.
Going back though to the women's Money in the Bank, if Rhea is in it, I don't see it. I don't see a way to book around her not winning it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
there's ways. Obviously, there's going to be 7 women in a ladder match, so there's ways to finagle it around. But
she's already told Io that she's coming after the title. So if she does win it, I see her as being one of those that's going to be like, "Hey, I'm cashing it in.
yeah,
Here,
see you at SummerSlam.
see you at SummerSlam." And that's kind of how I see it going.
Yep.
However, I may be on the outs by saying this. Mommy's character is getting a little stale.
I mean, so before we wander into that, let's keep in mind Becky's still rolling on the man from what
Her act is
7
way
years
stale.
ago at this point.
Her act is a damn crouton at this point.
Yeah. But somehow or others, they're still putting her right into it.
Yeah,
they're still
because
working
she's
it.
also got a match with Lyra Valkyria at
Exactly.
Money in the Bank.
So if she's able to work if she's still able to work the man, then I think Mommy's going to be on top for a little while longer. They don't need creativity. They just need to get every nickel they can get out of it, because that's WWE's theme these days, is milk you for every dime you got.
Yep.
But they're going to squeeze every penny out of this gimmick, and then they'll look into flipping it up.
Yep. So I mean, those are 3 matches that are happening Money in the Bank. The other match, the big tag match that's happening is John Cena and Logan Paul.
I thought you were going to talk about Liv Morgan and Raquel, because the women's tag team championship made a grand return as predicted this week on Raw.
And I don't see them being a tag team much longer.
They don't need to be, but they got those belts back on TV. That's important.
Now,
Don't I remember somebody saying they should just bring those belts back and they'll work their way down to NXT and let them because they got a very deep roster of women down there. Well, let me rephrase. They had a very deep roster of women down there.
There you go.
We're all over the place in this show. And that's coming up too. I'm sorry. I'll stop predicting.
Here's what I see for happening with Liv and Raquel. Raquel has gone on record saying that she would love to go to AAA and to work with the ladies down there in that promotion. I do see Liv and Raquel potentially losing the belts, maybe due to Roxanne, and splitting up, and Raquel going down to AAA. I don't know how it's going to wind up, but something is going on there that showed shades of dissension kind of on Monday night. So
speaking of Raquel, I saw another big platter full of tendies out there this week, and if you want to know your way to a man's heart,
food,
chicken tendies will do it every time.
Absolutely. So look, Rhea to Liv to Roxanne, and
he's actually got a real one at home. I mean,
Dom, what, bruh?
So side note, we'll wander into this just for a second. Have you watched? So I know you watched the whole Stephanie's Places thing, but have you watched her Stephanie 1-on-1?
Yes.
Did you see the one she did with Dom?
Yes.
You got to give that boy some credit. That boy's got a little bit of riz, right? Like
all of it.
You
Not
got
just a little bit, all of it.
I mean, as I'm watching him interact with Stephanie, who's quote unquote his boss, right? Who was the CEO of the company that he works for.
She's flirting with him.
I mean, yeah, and she damn near raised that boy. There was a point in time where she was taking care of him backstage, and he was eating chicken tendies without teeth. And now somehow or another, little Barb's were going back and forth. And I'm like, damn. I'm also noted in that Stephanie's got some ribs still in her advanced age.
Yes, she does.
You see, she ain't shied away from. She's got a lot of her daddy in her, but we won't talk about that. But you know what I'm going for here.
I do. Speaking of that show, though, side part conversation again. Today's guest was John Cena. On Stephanie's
gotta make a
Places.
point to watch that now.
That was a very, very good episode.
I bet it was.
Also gives some enlightenment on why John has decided to make this his last year.
Yeah.
And I totally get it.
I haven't watched that yet, so I'll make a point to. Well, so behind the scenes, we're recording on Wednesday night here because somebody's got a birthday coming up on Friday, so we got to make sure we're good to go for that because there's going to be a lot of libations carried out for that. But so so again, we're side note for that. So I haven't watched it yet. But I'll make a point to watch it after we get done. So let's say around, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Ain't going to be watching nothing else. So I might as well go ahead and watch a little Stephanie one-on-one.
Shade.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Shade.
Nothing else is on that's drawing my attention. So
Lots of shade.
I can't think of no other channels. YouTube is the way to go because I can't think of anything on regular cable TV to watch. So
Not even on the Turner Network.
I mean, no, there's no basketball tonight. They're skyrocketing into the playoffs, so there ain't no basketball. So yeah, really nothing to watch on the Turner Network for me. So and in case you didn't get it, he shoots, he scores.
All right, so yeah, Money in the Bank's coming up. Also, something else got announced and is coming out of the blue. I don't know, was it 7 years? It's been 7 years since, was it 2018 when they had this pay-per-view?
I don't know. What are we talking
Women's
about here?
Evolution pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
2018.
Yeah, that's when Ronda debuted. That's when they were able to break it out the first go-round.
Yeah, we're breaking it out of the closet, dusting the mothballs off, and we're having Evolution again.
So wait, when you think of women wrestling, you think about stuff in the closet? That's what you're trying to say? That's how you correlate that?
Nope.
Okay. Good answer.
Nope.
Good answer.
No, there's only one direction that one goes, sir.
Absolutely. And you played it straight. Literally, figuratively, all of the above.
Hey, but look, just
Good
because it
answer.
ain't my cup of tea, I ain't calling nobody. It's just whatever.
Hey, so it works for me. I mean, I love watching women wrestle. Side note again. This is a sidebar episode, guys. Sorry to break it to you. Queen of the Ring, good movie. Liked it.
Haven't
Really
watched
enjoyed
it
it.
yet. I have to give it a watch.
Got to make a point to watch it. So the girl that starred in Arrow, she was Felicity in Arrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was real cute, right? She was the star of the movie, and a lot of AEW and WWE female talent made their way into the movie.
Nice.
Good watch. Good watch.
I have to give it a watch. But yeah, so we got Evolution coming up. It was announced. Now,
is it Evolution or is it Evolution?
No, Evolution.
Evolution is a mystery.
Evolution is also NXT pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
Around January.
Gotcha. No, I was gonna say because back in my heyday,
it was
Evolution was a mystery. something. All I see, something rains. So
we had enough of our sponsor yet to go that.
No, I mean, yeah, because then I'd have just made it up. I would have something and threw it. I'd have just said some shit, and people would have been googling like, "Wait, what?"
That's not how that song.
Yeah, that's like, that ain't what he said. I mean, but you gotta let me say, "Evolution is a mystery." Mama say, "All I see, I'm full of mystery."
All right, so
just gotta do that. I mean, it don't really matter what you say.
So the Lemmy impression is up there with your Dusty impression.
Nice, you liked it.
I liked it.
Okay,
I'll go with it.
There you go. We got to go back to more impressions. We used to Macho Man, Vince. We haven't broke out none of those guys in a long time. But we got to get those guys back active.
We got to
again.
get back to it. We got to leave Vince alone though. He's still in
Ooh,
trouble.
yeah, no, I want to imitate that because the imitation of that is lawsuit apparently. So I'm not trying to.
Even Johnny's turning on him.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, did you see that? Man, hold on. As Trick Williams was like, let's talk about it. Holy hell. John Laurinaitis threw the bus on top of it. He didn't throw nothing under the bus. He threw the bus on top of him. He had no remorse. John said, "You know what? Hell, I want to go home this weekend. Like, I'm selling you out. I'm giving up all the stuff." John Laurinaitis knows where all the bodies are buried. And he's about to dig them all up, so he ain't got to go to jail.
Now, if he's flipped like he's pointing towards right now, I dare say we might not see Vince again.
True, but I mean,
Vince may be out of the public light forever.
At this stage, though, are we really considering John Laurinaitis a credible source? I mean,
I'll consider him credible, but I
he's
won't consider
basically
him
selling his soul from one devil to the next.
I won't consider him a human. I mean,
let's look at it like this. He's basically, he took a plea deal. He said, "Hey, I'll give you everything you need to fry Vince if you leave me alone."
Yep.
Which means he's equally as guilty, if not more so, with Vince, because he had more interaction with talent and things like that.
True.
So Johnny is probably way more deep into this than what we're ever going to find out. But unfortunately, I think he's about to pull the wool off everybody's eyes on Vince just to keep his ish covered up.
yeah.
Ooh, wow.
That's going to be some stuff. So as we go through the next few weeks, we'll keep followed on that one and bring you guys any updates that we know about.
That's a little backstabbing there. Not the kind that Vince was doing, because that's in the lawsuit too. Apparently, Vince is a backstabber, but that's neither here nor there. But John learned something from him. So, rival in that case, though, P. Diddy's on trial. For those of you who are only immersed in the wrestling world and haven't been listening,
Talk about shotgun booking.
I mean, well, hey, you said we're shotgun booking, so damn it, I'm shotgunning this drink, and damn it, we're shotgunning the show. Woo. But yeah, for those of you who are only watching wrestling and don't really get a chance to watch pop culture, P. Diddy on trial, exact same thing as Vince.
Yep,
we've seen footage of P. Diddy and Vince doing after WrestleMania parties together. I can only imagine how those went down, and I'm pretty sure a lot of NDAs walked away from those parties.
Well, they say birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, they do. Remember, P. Diddy had that song called "Shake Your Tail Feather." I mean, apparently that's what they like.
Apparently,
yeah. We ain't gonna talk about that case though, because that'll take our rating way over PG.
Yeah,
P. Diddy stuff.
We can't go there.
Graphic.
We can't go there.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the women's pay-per-view Evolution. So first things first. Great that they're going to get showcased. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, the booking that's going to happen around this to get it there. Look, you're. What main women's storylines do you have right now?
So
you've got
the best one going is Bianca and Jade and Naomi. And guess what? Bianca's hurt.
Bianca's hurt.
Damn, bad. Talk about some bad timing. Yep. That sucks, because Evolution would have been a great way to blow that feud off.
You've got Io and Rhea.
Yeah.
If Rhea wins, could Rhea do it at Evolution?
I could 100% see that. Whoever wins the Money in the Bank, I could 100% see them cashing in it.
Could we potentially get Charlotte Tiffy 2 at Evolution? Maybe. Possibly. I mean, but here's the thing. I
heard Nikki Bella's training to come back, so I mean, they
get a return in Bella.
Yeah, they definitely used her in the main event of the first one, so they see the star power in her, and clearly Nikki needs a payday, because I mean, as we found out, Nikki had to pay Artem a nice hefty sum of change there, so a couple $100,000 had to roll out of her Bella wine account. So
but here's the thing: if you ain't seen NXT though. Some of your favorites might not be there.
Yeah. No.
So NXT has recently lost Roxanne, recently lost Julia, moving them up to the main roster. Yeah. And if you didn't see NXT on Tuesday night, spoiler, Stephanie Vaquer is no longer your champion. And I'll be damned if somebody doesn't have it out for me by listening to our Crystal Ball show and me saying that she was going to outrun Asuka's title reign.
Dude, you were deep in the sponsor that day when we were doing the Crystal Ball show. I mean, you were full glass that day. I mean, you were knocking them back.
Nope.
I think you had off the next day, so I mean, you were well into it.
All I know
we spent a long time pre-gaming before the show.
Somebody's trying to discredit me, Shawn Michaels.
Well, I don't know about that, but they sure are following my booking to a T, right? Like they listen and they're like, well, we got that guy and then we got Frank. So let's hold in. So I think they're taking their notes when I'm talking. But I think what happens is they listen, like they listen intently when I'm talking. Okay. And then when I get done, they're like, all right, pause it so we can take notes. Then they kind of let it draw out a little bit while they take the notes. And then they're like, well, get back to what he said, So I think they're just skipping over some of the stuff.
So I'm not valued. I see.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you about
producer. No.
Hey, like I said, you make all the money here. I mean, I'm just here for fun. I'm here for shits and giggles. I'm just here to have a good time.
I'm about to start practicing my super kick against the barbershop window.
You gonna do that shin kick like Lil Beaver and them used to do? I mean, because I mean, you know,
Yeah, that leg ain't getting
right?
up that high,
I can get a shin guard now. I mean, you know, Ron Garvin had the shin guard,
Ron
the
Garvin.
figure 4 breaker. I can get a Ron Garvin shin guard.
Rugged Ronnie
There
Garvin.
you go.
But yeah, so Stephanie is potentially getting called up, is what we're hearing. So is Jordan Grace. Look, okay. I mean,
Got to load up the main. Got to load up the roster for
for one
Evolution.
for one show, you're gonna
It's
load
their
it
own
up.
show, absolutely.
Yeah, but why? Why are we loading it up for one show? Why not give these women? If you're not going to give them time on the main roster on Raw and SmackDown, just give them a main roster show every week.
Hey, something might spawn out of you remember what happened when they had the ECW pay-per-view back in 05, right?
And One Night Stand spawned into a relaunch of ECW.
Yeah, which was trash. But that's neither here nor there, right? So I mean, we got to be honest about it, right?
Ooh, I felt that arrow come straight at me.
but we got to be honest about it. Vince didn't get ECW, so
No, he did
him
not.
trying to book for an ECW show and then trying to cater to the Sci-Fi Network in the brisk of it was horrible.
The
That
best
was
thing
trash.
that they could have done if they wanted to rebirth ECW, the best thing that they could have done was to give it to Paul.
ECW, right?
Give it to Paul.
Yeah,
and-
Tommy
and
Dreamer
let
was
him
still
do it.
around.
Yeah.
RVD was still around.
Yep.
Paul Heyman was still around.
Now-
let them run it like Triple H is running, WWE now, like HBK is running NXT.
Yep.
Had they done that with Paul, ECW might have overtaken WWE, which Vince would never let happen.
Now here's what I want to see happen with this Evolution pay-per-view. I want to see them, if they're going to do this and they want to make it a great, outstanding pay-per-view.
Make it great again.
Make it great again. No, we've had this once before, and it was a damn fantastic, great match.
Yeah.
Give me Roxanne versus Julia versus Stephanie versus Jordan. Give me a 4-way dance between those four girls.
That packs a lot in.
We've had it
packs a lot
before,
into
and
one
it
match,
was a
right?
fantastic match. If you're not going to give me that, give me Roxanne versus Jordan. Give me Stephanie versus Julia. Give me 2 matches out of it.
Okay.
But there is one match that I want to see, and you're going to go, ugh,
Probably.
when I say it. Yeah.
Okay.
The match that Natty had with the girl from NWA
This guy.
at the Crockett Cup.
Hell.
Bring that match to Evolution.
Natty, oh,
Bring that to Evolution. Let her showcase that skill at Evolution.
Yeah, all right.
Let it be.
So we don't hate Natty, right? So I could see if they do a Natty Neidhart show, sighting at Evolution pay-per-view one time only, I could see that in there. Okay, maybe, but
if you're going to give Evolution a rocket launch and you're going to give them a show every week, Natty would be a great general manager, quote unquote, like a Adam Pearce for that show if you're going to do it.
all right, now we're starting to stretch. Now you're reaching. You've turned into Plastic Man. Now you are Mr. Fantastic at this
I'm Mr.
point.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because you're reaching like hell now. Oh, by the way, Fantastic Four is coming out in a few weeks here.
Shotgun. Bookie.
Exactly. It comes off the hip. You said it. I came right from the hip on it.
Blue
so.
Chew, a
There
sponsor.
you go. No, that comes from the hips, plural. Yeah, that comes from the hips, plural. When I'm shooting from the hip, that's one sided. But if I'm shooting the hips, that's a Blue Chew spot.
But yeah, so I mean, we got all of this Evolution going on. You got Money in the Bank going on. You got Saturday Night Main Event going on. Somewhere in the law of the land, you're going to have SummerSlam approaching, and it's not 2 nights yet, right? It's only 1 night still.
No, it's
for
2
this
nights
year.
this year.
I thought it didn't go to 2
No,
nights.
we got
until
Cardi
26.
B because Cardi B is going to be there too. She's
So
hosting.
now you got 2 nights of SummerSlam to also book.
Yeah, but they still got
Holy
2
hell.
months, 2 full months away from that. So we
you
got
don't.
time for
no,
that.
You don't. No, you
Yeah.
don't. When's the July Saturday Night Main Event?
The 12th,
The 12th. Evolution is what?
the night after, so the 13th.
Okay, 13. So you can't book SummerSlam until all of that's done. So you got
Sure you can.
You got a month.
Yeah, but Saturday Night's Main Event and Evolution as a pay-per-view are both stopgaps, right? I mean, the
true.
end game
Well,
is SummerSlam, so you take from
Saturday Night's
SummerSlam
Main
to book
Event-
backwards.
Saturday Night's Main Event's just a commercial spot, really.
Essentially, yeah. That's a way to get NBC paid because, God,
Jesus.
we saw so many commercials.
So
you know
the
what I got to say
analyst-
about the commercials? And this is something that I've trademarked now. This is my spot of the show. 4 letters, 1 word. Yuck. All right. Hey, if I see that many commercials again, from next time, I'm going to let that shit go about an hour, and then I'll pick up an hour later and start it.
I think it was said that 2-hour show had 20. I think it was 25 or 27 minutes of wrestling.
That would be giving at best.
That was it.
Yeah, that's generous because I didn't
And
feel like I saw that.
John Cena versus Ron Cena only went 4 minutes?
Something like that, but we still had a commercial break in the match.
match.
And so in the damn match, the main event strolled out there with about 12 to 15 minutes left. And we're like, well, at least we're going to get this in peace. We'll get the main event. Them buggers went straight to commercial. Before the damn tie-up even happened, they worked away to commercial, and they still found a way to milk a commercial in the damn match. I mean, yeah, I get it. You got, more eyes watching than you ever have watching. But damn, if you're going to put that many eyes on the product, show them the product, right? I didn't need to know about Wrigley's gum and whatever in the hell they show for commercials now because I barely watch them. That was time to go to the bathroom, go fix a drink, go get your dinner, get your whiskey, your popcorn, your soda, all that shit. I had time to go get each one of those individually on Saturday Night's Main Event because, damn, every time I turned around, it was a commercial. If it's going to be like that again the next time, I'll watch it in the Saturday Night Live spot at 11:30 and fast forward through all the commercials. Then I could get done with it before midnight and go to bed.
Yeah, look, all of this weird booking that we got going on right now, look, I get it. Everything can't be a historic build like was for WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, apparently we'll never get that back.
I mean, they did say that was one for the ages, and now I kind of understand why. I mean, the booking on that was incredible. Everything was can't miss.
Yeah.
So look, we definitely watch WWE programming around here, and even WWE programming right now is starting to feel like, okay, I can catch a rewind. Yeah. I can catch a rewind and get caught up. Like, it's the booking right now is crazy weird. I don't know if it's like we've talked about in the past, the WrestleMania lull, or if it's the summertime blues, or if it's the whole like shotgunning all of these events all together to where you can't get a legit drawn out intricate storyline.
Yeah.
It's kind of just a weird time right now for booking in the WWE, and obviously the booking's always weird in AEW because
wait, who?
Yeah, who?
Oh, hell.
So by God, if Jon Moxley does not lose that belt.
What belt? Hold on, before we go any further, what belt?
What belt?
There ain't no belt no more. He's carrying the Money in the Bank briefcase.
If he don't lose the briefcase at All In, I'm done.
When's All In? So I'm gonna be God's honest because I have no clue what's going on that.
It's the same day that they are running
Evolution, right?
Evolution. I think it's July 13th.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I won't see it because I'll be watching Evolution.
I'm not going to see it anyway because, unfortunately,
actually,
those pay-per-views ain't worth paying for anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually,
you
probably won't be able
on X.
I was going to say, you might be able to catch some of it, but you probably won't be able to see any of it because the Saturday Night's Main Event's the night before. Yeah. And as you know, AEW pay-per-views literally run 24 hours. So it's going to start at 8 o'clock it's going to start at like 8 o'clock on Saturday and run until 11 o'clock on Sunday, which you might be able to catch some around like 5 in the morning if you get insomnia.
We already know that Mercedes is winning the women's champ.
Yeah, that's why they're doing a whole Evolution pay-per-view on the other side.
Supposedly she's going to main event the show.
I heard that. I got a question to come out of that though. Didn't they just give Mercedes another belt this past weekend? You watched the pay-per-view.
She did. She got the Owen belt.
Great. So why we created a belt and we gave it to her because she lost one overseas.
You get that belt every year. So Britt's had that belt. Who else had that? Somebody else had that belt. Was it Tony that had the belt?
Sure.
One of them. I mean, but the thing is, look, that is a belt. It's like the Saudi belt. You win it one time, you don't carry it. So
I got a feeling Mercedes is gonna carry.
don't carry the belt.
Yeah,
that's why she lost the
right, because she
New
couldn't
Japan
carry
Strong Belt.
5. Yeah, she dropped one belt because she just couldn't physically carry all the belts with the size of them and all that. I feel like they sized her up for that belt. They're like, oh hell, one's covered up. Oh well, she could just lose that, but we give her that. Well, then when she wins the women's title, because she's obviously winning that from Toni Storm, because why not? I mean, what the hell? So that's where the OA belt goes away, because then they'll replace it with the AEW.
the
Great.
AEW women's belt.
So then we'll have the AEW, the TBS title, the AEW women's title, and 2 Japanese titles, and all great. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Hangman Ospreay is worth the watch. Hangman.
I feel like I've seen that 700 times.
So yes, you have seen it 700
All right, I
times.
don't need to see it 701.
And then the Anarchy and the Arena match.
Anarchy rules?
Anarchy rules.
Nice.
So that was probably, like I texted you, that's the closest to an original ECW match that you're ever going to get to today's standards.
Okay.
It was balls to the wall, hell on earth.
Balls Mahoney?
Balls Mahoney might have been in there somewhere.
Nice.
You had Moxley going around like Abdullah the Butcher stabbing people with a fork. I mean,
Wow.
it was straight up chaos.
Let me guess. Did Mox lose?
Yeah.
Yeah, tag match. Figures Mox would lose in that because he never loses otherwise. So.
There was the Thumbtack tennis shoe made its appearance again, but that was on Swerve. So Swerve's new shoes, the Answer 3s, came out with tacks on them.
Awesome.
Kenny put, I believe it was Matt, through an exploding table.
Great. Did it actually explode this time, or did they put sparklers on it?
It actually exploded.
It took them 6 years, and they finally learned how to make something explode.
Figured out how to make it explode.
Awesome.
So that match, if you like the old original ECW matches, it's worth the watch. If you don't care for the hardcore violence, don't waste your time.
All right.
Because there's no psychology.
So I missed nothing. Then,
yeah, you missed nothing.
Okay, good to know. Was Britt Baker on the show? That's all I need to know.
No.
Well, then I missed nothing. You are correct. I've missed nothing.
You've missed nothing.
Absolutely.
Now, is Britt going to be in our Pittsburgh Monday Night Raw?
So somebody crystal balled that. Somebody's on fire with their crystal ball prediction. So it feels like that may find its way to happening, right? Because somebody's apparently ghost booking at this point. Now that maybe we have to change my name. We might have to change the interest to Ghost Booker now.
Ghost Booker.
Yeah, because I mean, and we could have a little song and be like Ghost Booker, Ghost Booker. Sorry, that'll be my private individual show starting next week on YouTube.
Oh no.
I digress. You're still producing it though. I'm sorry to break it to you.
I'm still producing.
Yeah, you just won't have anything to say in it, but you'll still have to do all the behind the scenes.
Do I get to drink the whiskey from the sponsor?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, hell yeah.
Why
I'll
not?
produce
Right?
it.
Why
If I
not?
get free whiskey, shit.
Yeah. I mean, why not though?
Why not?
That's got to work.
So look, we've said a lot of this in jest, but there is some seriousness to the booking that's happening right now. A lot of it don't make sense. And okay,
This show didn't make sense.
This
so
show
we are
didn't
par
make
for the course. We're working right along with them.
but the thing is like, look, does it always have to have the most intricate, entailed story like WrestleMania 40's build up from the Rumble until the event? No, it doesn't. But you got to have some common threads somewhere. All of these shows that they've got, and they throw in all this stuff together. In no world does it make sense that you've got Logan Paul, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso. That just, why?
Yeah.
That doesn't, like, okay, you're trying to catch eyes.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You got the 4 biggest stars base wise in the company that, packaged into one match. You'll get some viewing, but what are they going to see?
I don't know, man. This whole thing that's going on right now, I don't know where it is. And I'm trying not to be the disgruntled fan. I'm trying not to be.
Yeah, it's too early for that.
It's
You
too
got to
early.
give them time.
Got to give them time. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's a Hunter thing, Sean thing. I don't know if it's a TKO thing. I don't know if it's a combination of everything together. I mean, what's up with freaking WrestleMania being pulled from New Orleans? We've still not been given an explanation.
Everything
for
the
that.
Rock's touched lately has turned to shit.
Turned to shit.
I mean, they have no problem with. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if they're intentionally doing that because his fingerprints.
It's so
I don't
weird.
know.
It's so
It's
weird
crazy
right
though,
now.
because the storylines that we're seeing on TV are paling in comparison to the behind the scenes shit.
Yep.
It seems like that's where the world is heading, and you got to get there.
Now,
Speaking of behind the scenes shit, do we got time? Because you had something to say about the LFG guy. You had something to say about our LFG champion.
the monster.
Yeah, Monster. You don't even remember his name, do you?
I don't understand how you're going to get this guy. If he was that impressive, okay.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because I didn't see LFG through and I quit watching halfway through.
Ah.
Maybe. I don't
You're
know.
a quitter.
I don't understand the point of putting him in this match with Obafemi. I don't get it, because hindsight being 2020, what are you going to do for this guy?
Well, he ain't gonna win.
He ain't
right?
winning.
So
he
let's-
ain't winning.
Yeah, let's start there. He ain't gonna win.
I mean, if he goes over on Obafemi,
In his first match out.
Sean is eating some serious gummies down
Yeah,
there.
stop.
Something.
Yeah. In his first match out from clearly being a rookie. I mean, granted, he was probably the best rookie, but he was clearly a rookie a month ago. Then if he wins against the champion, at that point you've discredited the entire brand.
There's some. I mean, the weirdness. I mean, I'm trying not to sound like the IWC on Twitter, bitching and moaning, complaining, but there are some serious issues that I'm seeing right now that I just don't understand.
We might have to table this. This might become a whole new show, because I feel like we just hit record. We're settling in on this.
But maybe look, I don't have to understand it. I don't have to understand it. Just give me an entertaining product that is story based,
Yeah.
athletic as hell in the ring,
Yeah.
and surprises the shit out of me.
Well, I mean,
What about this rookie and Obafemi is surprising?
if that rookie beats Obafemi, that surprised the hell out of me.
Nobody saw JC Jane going over on Stephanie
That surprised the
McHale.
hell out of me. Hearing that surprised the hell out of me. I'm like, wait, what?
Look, if they're not careful, they're gonna wander into TK booking.
No. So no. No.
If they-
No.
and
no,
that's
no.
and that's my look.
As Jim Carrey would say, yeah.
I've been a strong supporter of this whole John Cena thing. I've been a strong supporter of it.
That's fun.
Yep, it's been great until about the past couple weeks.
It's the R-Truth story. I mean, you can't look at any of that as serious, right? You gotta
no.
suspend.
But it's
reality
it's
for a month.
losing its steam. Even with his interaction with Jay at Saturday Night's Main
yeah,
Event,
yeah.
that felt off.
So, but Jay and or even Truth and definitely, after Randy, these aren't the greatest hits anymore, right? On your retirement tour, you got to get the greatest hits. All they need to do to get you back in is find a way to have CM Punk bump into John Cena.
And that's where I was about to go.
The minute
because
that happens, you're right. You're 100% invested.
I don't understand why you've got CM Punk right there and you've got John that's wrapped up a program with Cody. Why don't you? And he wrapped up a program with Randy. Why wouldn't the next man up CM Punk? I
They have
don't
wandered
get
CM
it.
Punk into that Logan Paul,
But he's over there fucking around with
Seth
I don't
Rollins
get it,
nonsense.
man.
Yeah, they wandered
I
into
don't
that.
get
And
it.
they created a little problem for themselves.
Listen at me whining like a little bitch.
Yeah. But no, so here's all I got to say about that. When Cena bumps into Punk, when Cena bumps into Roman, when Cena bumps into some of those greatest hits again, you'll be back invested.
I will be, but I mean, look, my biggest fear is, look, we got 7 more months with Cena. Please don't waste this. Please don't waste it. Just please. We got 7 months,
6.
if that. Yeah.
He's got a clock. He's got a
got a
countdown.
countdown.
Yeah,
So,
we're
I
under
mean-
20, so 6.
It just, come on, man, don't waste it. But listen, shotgun booking, shotgun episode. It's been all over the place.
Shotgun this drink because my glass is dry.
We hope you guys stuck with us through this episode. This is a little bit different episode than we've ever done. Not that bad. If I
No, I
say so
thought
myself.
it's good. It's good to just kick back and just talk about it sometime. Let's talk about it.
Trick would say.
Trick world TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Big props to Trick.
Look, That was awesome.
Let's talk about it.
Good. I'm good.
Let's talk.
I'm good with it.
Oh yeah, well, I'm ready to see where that goes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to today's episode. We appreciate you guys. Reach out on our social media platforms. Drop us a line. Tell us if you're frustrated with what's going on with the book, and tell
us if you're frustrated with this show. Tell us if you hate this shotgun shit that we just did here. Tell us never do it again. Or if you love it, tell them, hell, we'll go off the cuff every week now. We got no problem. We'll just fill these glasses up a little bit taller. We'll shoot from the hip.
With that, everybody, thank you for listening to today's episode, and we bid you adieu.
Peace. Ghost Booker.
Today's podcast was produced by SBP. You can find our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Also, connect with us on our social media accounts. Search for The Bookers Alliance on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.